Good afternoon, everyone. I'm very excited to present this presentation about animal diversity invertebrates. In this presentation, we will be discussing two phyla, Ctenophora and Platyhelminths, including their characteristics and reproduction. Let's get started. Ctenophora, or comb jellies, belong to a phylum of animals closely related to cnidarians. They can be found in nearly all aquatic habitats, from the deepest parts of the sea to coastal areas. These creatures are typically transparent and gelatinous, with comb-like rows of cilia used for movement and locating food. They also come in two body shapes: a flattened disc-like form, and a bell shape with 4 tentacles. Ctenophora are usually carnivorous, preying on small invertebrates and fish larvae. Ctenophora is a phylum of exclusively marine organisms that have a radial symmetrical body plan. Also known as sea walnuts, comb jellies, or sea gooseberries, these diploblastic creatures possess ciliated cells all over their body, allowing them to move and capture prey. Ctenophora, commonly referred to as comb jellies, are one of the oldest and most visually stunning creatures to inhabit the ocean. These animals are graced with 8 rows of ciliated comb plates which allow them to float effortlessly and swiftly through the water. The comb plates are also incredibly helpful with locomotion, enabling Ctenophora to simultaneously move forward and change direction underwater. Animals of the phylum invertebrate are highly varied. An example are cnidocytes, which some species lack. These creatures possess lasso cells or colloblasts, a remarkable feature. These adhesive cells allow them to acquire sustenance, thus permitting them to stay healthy and prevail. Animals possess a variety of physiological and behavioral traits. Digestion is an oft-cited defining feature of animals, as they are capable of extracellular and intracellular digestion of food for nutrient absorption. Additionally, animals have the ability to bioluminesce, meaning they can emit light. Fireflies and jellyfish are examples of species with this capability, and its potential uses are being researched more deeply. Animals are incredibly diverse and unique creatures, and the cetipid larva is a perfect example. It reproduces through a sexual method with external fertilization, and possess the distinct trait of not having distinct sexes, making them monoecious. Even more impressive is its indirect development, often using the cetipid larva stage. It is remarkable how diverse living things can be. Ctenophora is an incredibly fascinating and diverse group of animals present in marine environments. Easily recognizable due to their brightly colored comb-like tentacles, Ctenophora are unique in that they possess 2 arboreal, end-facing, tentacles, while other phyla either have none at all or have tentacles at various stages of development. Examples of Ctenophora include Pleurobrachia and Barrow and are divided into 2 classes, with tentacles being absent even in the larval stages. Ctenophora are essential members of the animal kingdom and warrant further study and exploration. Platyhelminths are flatworms composed of a single layer of cells. They are divided into 3 classes: Turbellaria, Monogenea and Trematoda. Generally they are hermaphrodites with both male and female reproductive organs. These organisms are found in aquatic habitats, from lakes and seas to puddles and damp ground. They are remarkable for their ability to regenerate lost body parts, making them a prime subject of scientific study. Platyhelminths are a phylum of invertebrates, possessing a bilateral plan and a mesoderm layer. With flattened bodies, they are able to move rapidly with ease, found in both marine and freshwater habitats. As parasites are predators, they are able to thrive in a range of environments. Armed with complex muscular systems, platyhelminths are capable of moving in many directions, effectively hunting and preying. Invertebrates are by far the most numerous type of animal on Earth, taking up more than 95% of the animal kingdom. Platyhelminths are one of the earliest types of multicellular organisms known, and stand out as some of the most diverse and effective invertebrates. Flatworms have a shape that allows them to glide steadily through water, and the slimy and mucky surface that often coats their hosts. The majority of species are parasites, nourishing themselves by consuming the tissue of their hosts. From harmless external parasites to hazardous internal parasites that can cause serious medical conditions in people, the range of flatworms is wide. Animals with triploblastic germ layers possess a level of organization at the level of organ systems. Instead of physical segments, some may exhibit a pseudo-metamerism. Characteristically, they display bilateral symmetry that is easily discernible. Their body cavity is a coelomate, meaning that no space is present between the organs and tissues, and thus they are very efficient. To gain an understanding of animal diversity, it is important to comprehend the anatomy and complexity of these animals. Invertebrates, such as the flatworm in this slide, are a great example of the incredible ability of animals to adapt and specialize to different environments. They demonstrate moderate cephalization, unidirectional movement, and even parasitic adaptations with hooks or suckers. This slideshow offers an excellent chance to explore the remarkable creatures and adaptations found on Earth. Flatworms are among the earliest multicellular animals possessing bilateral symmetry. They are distinguished by their flattened body shape, which gives them their name. These organisms can be found in both freshwater and marine environments, and occupy a wide range of habitats. They have a basic body plan, with no complexity in terms of body systems such as respiratory or circulatory systems. For maintaining water balance and excretion of waste, they possess specialized cells called flame cells. They have a single opening for the digestive system, the mouth, but no anus. They have a moderate nervous system with a brain and nerve cords arranged like a ladder. Animals belonging to the phylum Invertebrate have a remarkable characteristic of not exhibiting distinct sexes. Internal fertilization takes place, which results in a lengthy and indirect developmental process involving various stages. Invertebrates display an astounding array of form and function, making them extremely interesting creatures. Polyembryony is a phenomenon where one egg or zygote divides to produce multiple organisms. This type of reproductive strategy is observed in numerous species of flatworms, for example the liver fluke. Planaria, a subtype of flatworm, have the remarkable ability to regenerate. This is due to the presence of Cercaria, Redia, Sporocyst, and Miracidium larvae, which are present in the body. Through the presence of these larvae, a single organism can grow into several individual organisms, all containing the same genetic material. This is a captivating occurrence that expands our knowledge of the diverse and intricate makeup of animal life. The phylum Platyhelminths is classified into three classes: Trematoda, Turbellaria, and Cystota. Examples of these classes include the liver fluke for Trematoda, Dugesia for Turbellaria, and the tapeworm for Cystota. This provides a solid basis for comprehending the types of invertebrates that come under the phylum Platyhelminths. Turbellarian phyla are comprised mainly of free-living, unsegmented flatworms. Their body walls possess cilia and mucus forming rhabdites, housed within their epidermal cells. Reproduction can be conducted through both asexual and sexual methods. This is one notable example of the wide range of animal phyla that exist in the animal kingdom. Animals present a myriad of forms and adaptations. Certain invertebrate phyla, like Convoluta and Dugesia, exhibit a development called indirect development, beginning with the formation of Muller's larva, a free-swimming and ciliated organism. This larva is apt for an aquatic surroundings, with the capacity to feed and swim, and it culminates in metamorphosis, followed by settlement onto the seafloor or other substrates. Flukes are a type of parasitic invertebrate animal belonging to the class Trematoda. Characterized by a thick outer cuticle called a tegument, they live off of other animals. Unfortunately, they can cause a number of diseases in their host, some of which can be fatal. However, they are also an important part of the food chain, as they serve as a food source for other species. Discussing animal diversity I. Invertebrate phyla. Most species have a bifurcated intestine and a mouth located anteriorly. Additionally, two suckers are present, an oral sucker around the mouth and a ventral sucker known as the acetabulum. Invertebrates are bisexual organisms, having both male and female reproductive organs, and form a significant part of the animal kingdom. Their life histories are complex, with multiple hosts and larval stages, such as Fasciola hepatica, Schistosoma, Bilharzia, Cercaria, Redia, Sporocyst, and Miracidium. This slide focuses on their diversity. Tapeworms are parasitic worms that live inside the bodies of animals, causing disease. Belonging to the class of invertebrates, they are part of the Cestoda phylum and are easily identified by their syncytial tegument, a thick layer of cells protecting their bodies. Symptoms that may indicate the presence of tapeworms should be taken seriously and treated appropriately. Cestoda, or tapeworms, are an example of pseudometamerism. Pseudometamerism may appear to be segmentation of the body, but is actually the result of the duplication of certain parts of the body. This is seen in the numerous proglottids of tapeworms, which are not true segments and, thus, lack specialized organs and systems. Animals possess a wide range of forms and sizes, and one way that they can adjust to their surroundings is through anchoring structures. These enable some animals to stay fastened to something, avoiding being moved away by wind or a current. A great illustration of this is the scolex of Taeniasolium, which has hooks, suckers and bothridia to keep it firmly in position, enabling it to feed and develop. Animals belonging to the invertebrate phyla have distinct characteristics that differ from other animal species. Unlike other animals, they have neither a mouth nor a gastrovascular cavity. Additionally, while some species are hermaphroditic, the majority of them are bisexual. This provides an interesting look into the variety of life forms found within the animal kingdom. Invertebrates are a highly diverse group of animals, taking up around 95% of all species on Earth. They feature a complex life cycle involving multiple hosts and indirect development, such as the Cysticercus larva. This can be observed in creatures like Echinococcus granulosus, otherwise known as the dog tapeworm, and Taeniasolium, also known as the pork tapeworm. It is truly remarkable how they are capable of adapting to and surviving in such a wide variety of habitats. Reaching the third unit of our presentation on animal diversity, we'll be discussing three phyla: Turbellaria, Trematoda, and Cestoda. Flukes and tapeworms respectively, they are all unsegmented and have pseudometamerism present. Two of them are free-living while the last one is an endoparasite that feeds on other animals. All three phyla demonstrate the remarkable diversity of the animal kingdom. We can observe evidence of three different invertebrate phyla in this slide: Turbellaria, Trematoda, and Cestoda. Common examples of species in the Turbellaria phyla are Dugesia and Convoluta, while Fasciola, Schistosoma, Taeniasolium, and Echinococcus granulosus are representative of the Trematoda and Cestoda phyla. The life histories of organisms in these phyla vary. Turbellaria species have a straightforward life cycle with free-swimming larvae, called Muller's larvae. The Trematoda and Cestoda phyla both display more complex life histories involving multiple hosts and multiple stages, such as Myricydium and Sporocyst stages. Trematoda also has a Cysticercus larva, also known as a bladderworm. Choose the right answer amongst these options. Nephridial cells, flame cells, cuticles or statocysts. Platyhelminths, an invertebrate phylum, have specialized structures and functions, one of which is excretory cells. Invertebrates are the most diverse and widespread animals on Earth, accounting for more than 95% of all species. They can be divided into 9 phyla, including Echinodermata, Annelida, Mollusca, and Arthropoda. These can be further divided into 2 major classes. Protozoans, such as tapeworms, Taeniosolium, and liverflukes, Echinococcus, and deuterostomes, such as planarians, Dugesia. Each of these animals have their own unique characteristics that make them quite remarkable. Nematoda is a phylum of elongated, bilaterally symmetrical, unsegmented worms, commonly referred to as roundworms. These organisms possess an incredibly wide range of shapes and sizes, from 1/200th of an inch to 1/3 of an inch long. They can be found in various habitats and feed on different substances, making them beneficial to the environment, as well as parasites of animals and plants. Nematodes are said to be the most species-rich group of animals on Earth. In phylum Nematoda, the body cavity is characterized by an incomplete circular gut, resulting in a one-way gut, and a tube within a tube structure. This group of organisms, also known as aschelminths, can be found in aquatic and terrestrial environments. Nematodes have adapted to a variety of habitats, ranging from deserts and rainforests to the deepest parts of the sea. Additionally, they play a significant role in the food chain, since they feed on bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms. Finally, they can help in insect population control and contribute to the health of the ecosystems in which they live. Nematodes represent an astonishing range of variety among invertebrate phyla. They are circular in shape when seen side-on, and they are found in a variety of habitats, from solo creatures to parasites of plants and animals alike. Some of them live in water, while others are found in land, and they all have a special arrangement of organs. Animals without backbones, known as invertebrates, present with a wide range of body structures. Classification of the invertebrates is based on the number of germ layers and whether they possess a body cavity. Germ layers are cellular layers that form during early development and establish the foundation for future structures. Triploblastic animals have 3 germ layers. Additionally, some have a pseudocoelom, a body cavity that is not fully lined with mesoderm. Lastly, body symmetry is the spatial arrangement of body parts. Animals with bilateral symmetry are divided into left and right halves. Animals of Unit 3 possess distinguishing features that set them apart from other creatures. Their bodies lack segmentation and protected by a transparent outer shell composed of tough collagen. Certain species also feature a syncytial epidermis. Also, they have a completed alimentary system that includes a mouth, a robust pharynx, and an anus. Animals in the invertebrate phyla have an interesting and intricate excretory and nervous system. The excretory system is made up of the Rennet gland and ducts, and the nervous system is composed of a circumentaric nerve ring, ganglia, and nerves. Furthermore, animals contain a range of sensory organ types, like amphids and phasmids, which, together with the excretory and nervous systems, allow the animal to interpret and react to its surrounding. Marine invertebrates, like sea stars, have a wide variety of shapes, sizes, and colors. They lack a backbone and show sexual dimorphism, where the female is generally bigger. Some species have more remarkable distinctions between the genders, with males and females having different colors and forms. The sexual dimorphism of marine invertebrates is a captivating and intricate attribute, facilitated by their particular anatomy. Annelids belong to the phylum Annelida, a broad category of invertebrates. They are recognizable by their curved posterior end with a cloacal aperture and one or two copulatory spicules, features that are present in both males and females. This makes them one of the most successful animals in the world. Earthworms are the most widely known example of annelids. The reproduction and growth of invertebrates is highly varied. Most species rely on external fertilization, which is the combining of two gametes to form a single cell. Additionally, most are oviparous, with embryos developing in the egg outside of the mother's body. Some are ovoviviparous, where the embryo develops within the mother's body. Generally, 4 molting stages are required before achieving maturity, which involves shedding the exoskeleton. Invertebrates like Ascaris, Wucheria, and others may experience either direct or indirect development, where immature forms resemble adults, or transition through a larval stage before reaching maturity. Nematodes exhibit eutely, where the number of nuclei in an organism remains constant throughout its lifespan. Growth is instead achieved through hypertrophy, which is an increase in individual cell size. This is just one example of the incredible diversity of life that inhabits our planet. Through study of these organisms, we can gain a greater appreciation for the complexity and beauty of life. Nematoda is a highly diverse phylum of invertebrates that are identifiable by their elongated, unsegmented bodies and lack of internal organs. Divided into 2 distinct classes, Aphasmidia and Phasmidia, they vary widely in size and shape, ranging from transparent microorganisms to longer, thicker worms. Aphasmidia encompasses roundworms, while Phasmidia comprises of threadworms and lance worms. Aphasmidia are a class of invertebrate phyla, lacking phasmids, posterior glandulo-sensory structures. Instead, they possess highly modified amphids, cuticular depressions around the oral region functioning as chemoreceptors. This unit will be looking closer at these creatures and their diversity. Invertebrate phyla are an incredibly diverse group of organisms, and 2 of the most common parasites of this group are Trichuris or whipworm, and Trichinella or trichina worm. These parasites inhabit the intestines of their hosts, normally invertebrates, and can cause considerable harm to the host's health. Even though these 2 parasites tend to be more prevalent in vertebrates, they can also infect invertebrates, thus it is important to be aware of their harmful effects. Phylum Phasmidia is home to a wide variety of organisms, called phasmids. These creatures can be seen all over the world and are easily identifiable due to their distinct size and shape. The simple anatomy of amphids, which are part of the phylum Phasmidia, is composed of a developed excretory system that allows for more efficient disposal of waste. Examples of phasmids are the roundworm Ascaris, the hookworm Ancylostoma, and the pinworm Anterobius. Animals are extraordinarily varied. They come in all shapes and sizes, from minuscule to gigantic. Most animals are invertebrates, that is, animals without a backbone. This includes microscopic worms as well as spiders and squid that can actually be quite large. For this unit, we will be looking at 4 main phyla of invertebrates: Aphasmidia, Phasmidia, Ancylostoma and Wucheria. Aphasmidia are worm-like organisms that vary from millimeters to meters in size. Some well-known examples of this phylum include the roundworm Ascaris, the hookworm Ancylostoma, and the pinworm Anterobius. Phasmidia are also worm-like creatures and can range in size from millimeters to meters. Notable examples include the trichina worm Trichinella and the whipworm Trichuris. By studying and understanding animal diversity, we gain a greater appreciation of the remarkable complexity of the natural world. Nematodes are invertebrates that have an excretory system composed of flame cells, Rennet glands, nephridia and adrenal gland. This slide contains a multiple-choice quiz with 4 options, each pertaining to a particular organ in the nematode excretory system. Invertebrates make up around 95% of all known living animal species. Invertebrate phyla are an incredibly diverse and dynamic part of the animal kingdom, comprising a significant number. Among them is the whipworm, which has 4 distinct types of sense organs: phasmids, statocysts, tentacles, and amphids, each of which carries a unique purpose. These organs assist the worm with external interaction, sensing motion and sound, and thus helping researchers better comprehend the lifestyle of other invertebrate phyla and how they navigate their habitats. Ascaris is an example of the incredible diversity among invertebrate phyla. It has 2 types of sensory organs, tentacles and statocysts, which assist the organism in navigating its environment and interacting with the world around it. Investigating the different sensory organs found in invertebrates can help us gain a better appreciation of the intricacy of these living species. Sponges possess a canal system which has evolved to fulfill several important functions, such as collecting food, exchanging respiratory gases, eliminating waste and transporting gametes. This canal system has been adapted to its environment, allowing sponges to thrive in aquatic habitats and compete with other species. Flatworms belong to one of the simplest invertebrate phyla, yet they possess specialized cells called flame cells, or protonephridia, to regulate their internal environment. These cells are responsible for excretion of wastes, as well as balancing the internal osmotic pressure, which is crucial for the animal's well-being and survival.